Hi everyone, I'm Catrin. I'm a digital designer here at RocketMill, and today I'm going to be asking you this question: where will you draw the line? Consumers are demanding change now more than ever. If they're unhappy, they're acting on it. To illustrate this, a recent global survey found that 37% of consumers are willing to walk away from brands and 25% just won't go back. 25%, that is a huge number. That's just ridiculous. Any ambitious company can't afford 25% of their consumers just like that. At RocketMill, we put UX at the centre of all the creative work that we do, and we regularly research to inform our design decisions. And that's why I'm here to pass on this message today. Today, people want a culture of marketing that speaks to their identities and their values. These aren't just nice additions anymore. These are expectations. Brands need a deeper understanding of their customers. They need to be relevant, useful, and entertaining, but at the same time, they need to be authentic, be real, and be ethical. But what does this mean, being ethical? Ethics are moral principles that affect how someone will behave or conduct themselves. As designers, we're hired to solve problems. And ethical design means solving those problems, building great designs whilst not being harmful to our users. But it isn't always this honest. Dark patterns are tricks used by websites and apps that make you do things that you didn't mean to. Colour is manipulated to misdirect. Language is used to confuse rather than clarify, and the user is left exploited so that the company makes more money. These are some of the most well-known dark patterns online, and I'm going to run you through a couple of examples. Number one, here's an example of forced continuity from Amazon. So I had an Amazon Prime account and I wanted to end my membership. So went on the site, found the button that I needed to click. I was then taken through to another screen, 3 buttons at the bottom, different offers, clicked on that button, taken through to another screen, 3 more buttons. Then I was taken to the final screen, 3 more buttons. That is 4 clicks with lots of text to read to complete one task. So is that good design, or are they just trying to trick me so that I keep my membership? Number 2, confirm shaming. This is the act of guilting the user into opting into something. The option to decline is worded in such a way so that you feel guilty, so that you just comply. How to start a vegetable garden, free beginner's garden guide. Get your free guide, yeah, or no thanks, I know everything about gardening. Another one from Delish, 14 simple dinners for one. Show me 14 simple dinners, or no thanks, I'll have a microwave meal tonight. And finally, my favourite from Esquire, 80 books every person should read, unlock the 80 must reads, or I don't read. I mean, all of these could be perceived as bad UX, a dark pattern, or even clever psychology. But some may argue that these are dishonest, unethical tricks that businesses use for financial gain. Companies are often looking for short-term results and increase in numbers rather than qualitative information like user happiness. And dark patterns will work in that sense. They can successfully trick people, so companies will keep using them. But we don't like being tricked, and these tricks only work for a while. And then companies have to think of other ways to make their money and push their targets. So why don't we design a fulfilling user experience that keep users locked in and coming back for more? And now consumers are demanding more. The products and services consumers support are a reflection of their own personal brand, and they'll consider what a brand stands for. They're asking questions about everything, questions like, what is your brand purpose? Are your products ethically manufactured? And so ethics are good for business, and it pays to be ethical in the long run. A good example of why it's so important and why it pays off is Patagonia. Here we have a provocative headline from Patagonia's 2011 campaign, Don't Buy This Jacket. This campaign encouraged customers to repair and reuse as much of their clothing as possible. And this initiative repaired more than 30,000 items of clothing in 18 months. However, the more Patagonia campaigned this anti-consumer message, the more people bought its products. And sales increased about 30% during 2012 to $540 million. So how does a company that asks its customers to actually buy less is actually selling more? Well, Patagonia's mission hasn't just been good for the planet, it's been good for business too. Through their environmental initiatives, they've managed to increase sales. But is this an honest statement, or is it also a similar tactic to what we've described as a dark pattern? Did they know they were going to make money doing this? But then on the other hand, they're doing it for a good cause to benefit the environment, so it must be good. So is this ethical? As a society, how do we decide what is and isn't ethical? Who's the judge, and who decides whether it's good use or not? What we do know is that we need to know our audience, we need to be conscious of our decisions, and we know that sacrificing long-term customer loyalty for short-term gains is short-sighted. If an interface creates a suspicious experience that leaves users feeling frustrated or annoyed, that business will lose out long-term. And we've learned that our consumers are more than happy to move on, so we must listen to them. We should design for experience, not for short-term profit. So think to yourself, where will you draw the line? Thanks.